You can't even sit in peace. Cause all of these niggas be on you. I'm just saying I can be, yeah, one that you call and you talk to, girl.
Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, hello, it's your girl Diamond Janae here on YouTube. I do hair videos, makeup videos, product reviews, weekly vlogs, lifestyle type content, all that type of fun stuff. So if that's the type of stuff that you guys are into, definitely consider subscribing to your girl down below. So as you guys can see by today's title, today I'm going to be showing you guys my fall/autumn everyday makeup routine. I wanted to give you guys like an updated version of my go-to makeup routine when I want to be a little bit extra, when I want to have a full face of makeup on. I just want to be, a little extra cute or whatever. I'm not gonna hold you guys. I have not done a makeup type video on my channel, and I feel like in like so long. So I'm actually kind of excited. I'm not even gonna hold you guys. So for some of you guys that may or may not know, Miss Mamas, I always start with my eyes first. I feel like that's the easiest thing to get knocked out, whether I'm doing an intricate eyeshadow look or whether I'm just doing something super simple and basic, kind of like what I'm about to do now. I always do like to do my eyes first. So first and foremost, before I do anything on my eyes, I am going to be applying glue onto my lashes. Now for some of you guys that may or may not know, I own an online eyelash business called Diamond Debonair, and of course these are where these lashes are from, and these lashes in particular are in the style Bougie. I will say, I feel like I have my favorites here and there as far as which style of lashes are like my favorites. Right now, Bougie is probably my favorite, just because it's probably, out of the 4 lash styles that I have on my store, I will say these are probably like the least dramatic. But at the same time, like, I feel like the way these lashes are naturally shaped, they definitely do help you kind of give like that cat eye type look without even really having to do too much at all. But yeah, and I know some of you guys might be looking at me like I got 2 heads when I say what I'm about to say, because as y'all can see, this is Ghost Bond Glue, and I know for us girls, especially us experienced girls that have been doing lace wigs for a long time, we know this product very well. Obviously, I know this product very well. But big shout out to TT, because she actually is the one, I feel like this has almost been like a year at this point, but she's the one that first initially gave me the idea. I feel like #1, because of the fact that I have a lot of experience with this product, I know when the perfect time to apply my lashes is. And then on top of that too, like for some of you guys wondering like,
aren't you ripping your lashes out, or doesn't it hurt when you take them off?
No, because again, as long as you know the right time to put the glue on, like as long as you're not putting on the glue when it's like, I was about to say, where's the cap? But as long as you're not putting on the glue when it's like freshly put on, and then you allow it to dry in your eye that way, then you're gonna experience some issues with trying to take it off. Like then it's gonna hurt. But like if you wait until it's tacky like you're supposed to anyways, even when you're applying a lace front and you're supposed to wait till it's tacky, then you put it on, and then later on when I decide to take it off, just peel it off, and then I usually don't have any issues. So yeah, but use at your own discretion. I'm just telling y'all what I personally use to put my eyelashes on, but you guys are obviously more than welcome to use whatever product you guys are comfortable with. All right guys, so the next product that I'm going to be using today is the Maybelline City Bronzer. I have been in love with this product, but as you guys can see, I'm literally just putting this all over my eye and then kind of winging it out a little bit. So not doing anything too crazy, nothing intricate. Again, this is like my regular schmegular makeup look. I have been liking like the deeper brown look the past couple days, because again, like the season's changing, and then autumn and fall, you know how that's gonna like kind of like smoky eye seasons coming back. So that's the kind of vibe that I've been into. But as you guys can see, like it's not a big difference, but it does add a little bit of warmth to my eyes, so my eyes aren't like 100% naked. Okay, and then of course I'm basically just gonna put a line of eyeliner where I'm gonna apply my lashes, just so when I do apply my lashes, it's a lot more seamless, and like the chances of you seeing like a gap where my natural lashes are versus where my actual eyelash, like the eyelash extensions, Would that be, because I don't think it would be considered eyelash extensions, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. Like my mink lash strip, instead of there being like that awkward gap, I always like to put eyeliner on my eyes, because just in case, God forbid, if there is a gap, it's not noticeable because the black's there to kind of help that, you know. Ooh, I feel there's a gnat in my room and I have been trying to kill it for like the last couple days and it's still alive. I could have sworn I killed this drone last night and I just saw it fly past my face as I'm filming. Wow, how rude. That's not nice. Alright, so my eyeliner is added, and as you guys can see, like I briefly mentioned before, when it comes to this particular style of lashes, I really don't feel the need to draw out a wing. Didn't I tell you guys, like my eye is instantly not only lifted, but it automatically just looks like I have more of a cat eye, and like I said before, I didn't even put any wing eyeliner on. So you see how much of a difference it makes? Like, look at me. But yeah, so now we get to have some fun and move over to my face. So first and foremost, of course, per usual, I'm going to be priming my face first, and I've actually been using 2 different primers as of late, and that is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer and then also the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Primer. I will say for the Hydro Grip Primer, I basically apply that all over my face, and then for the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Primer, I actually just stick that closer to my T-zone because that's usually where I have like the most pores peeking out through and stuff like that. And then also my smile lines have started to become a slight problem. Like, it's whatever, but it's like one of those things where I can just tell that I'm getting older because they weren't as defined as they are now. Like even now they don't look that bad. I don't know, maybe it just depends on the day, because today it actually doesn't look that bad, but the other day my smile lines were looking a little bit too deep for my liking. Like, bro, like, yeah, I know I'm getting up there in age, but I'm 26. I just turned 26 less than a month ago, so I shouldn't be looking this old, you know what I mean? And then as far as the Milk Hydro Grip Primer goes, I usually use 2 pumps, and that is enough for me, because I will say I do thank God that I have really good skin, and I've been trying to master my skincare routine more. So I don't really need like a crazy amount of primer as if like I did before, if that makes sense. So 2 pumps of that, I'm good. And then I'm also gonna squeeze out probably about this much. So maybe like a dime-sized piece of the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. And then like I said before, I'm basically just kind of focusing that on my T-zone, my smile lines, and then also a little bit underneath my eyes as well. Alright guys, so next I'm actually going to be going into the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation, and if anybody was wondering, I am in the shade T60. Now I usually use about half a pump to a pump, and that's basically what that looks like, and even this I feel like is too much, so I might actually not use everything that's on my hand right now, but we'll see once I'm done dotting my face. I always like to put dots on my face compared to like dipping my foundation brush into my hand and doing it that way, just because I feel like when I do it that way I end up having to use a lot more foundation that's needed compared to just blending it in already on my skin. I don't like my face to look super cakey. That's just how I like to do my makeup. Like, yeah, you can still see some of my imperfections, but I don't mind, because again, like, I'm not trying to look like I painted my face on, you know what I mean? And then if anybody was wondering, this actually is the Juno & Co foundation brush, and I actually got this off of Amazon a couple of years ago actually. Like literally ever since then, this has been my go-to foundation brush. All right, so I'm basically just, ooh, wrong side. So I'm basically just gonna go on with this side. And if anyone was wondering, I actually got this beauty blender from e.l.f. again forever ago. So next I'm going to be going in with my concealer, and I'm going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. And if anyone was wondering, I am in the shade Warm Sand. But I will say, number one, this is my go-to concealer for when I do my no makeup look. to conceal underneath my eyes, because once this concealer actually dries down, it is very like, it's basically actually not even close. I was about to say this is very close, but not even. This is spot on to what my face shade is. So I will say my face is like a shade lighter than like my neck and my chest, so that's why I always like to get foundations that are like half a shade to a shade darker than my face actually is, because of that. And then also I do kind of like to let my concealer sit down for a couple seconds, because the way this concealer is, this concealer does dry down, not super fast, but a little bit fast. So I kind of let it dry down for like a minute. But yeah, so I basically like to kind of just bounce back and forth as far as blending in my concealer goes, just so both my under eyes are even. I don't know where the camera cut off, because not even gonna hold you guys, I don't know what the heck is going on with my battery charging port, but apparently like none of my camera batteries charge right. So if I'm kind of speeding through this a little bit, it's because I keep having to switch out batteries that like none of them are fully charged. So that's fun. I guess I'm getting my extra steps in today. I was about to say walks in, but same difference. But as you guys can see, the concealer. Alright guys, so next I'm going to be, of course, setting my concealer with the Fenty Beauty banana powder. But what else is new, because I usually don't use anything else as of lately, but I'm basically just gonna go back in and make sure. Alright guys, so almost an hour later, it is almost 12 o'clock at night. I'm not gonna lie, if I have a slight attitude, it's because I'm honestly over it. But we're gonna try to hurry up and do this before this battery dies, and just kind of just go from there. So next product I'm gonna be using on my face is the Sephora Micro Smooth powder, and I'm basically just going to be using that to set the rest of my face. I am so sorry y'all that you guys missed me setting my concealer, but there was no way I can just sit around my house and not have my concealer be set with powder. So unfortunately I did have to do that off camera. But again, like I said before, I do use the Fenty Beauty, and then I also do like to use a brush instead of the actual sponge, because I feel like the last couple times I tried to put powder using my beauty blender, it kind of picked up some of the products, and it just looked, my under eyes just looked crazy, and basically like it kind of like took part of my makeup off. So I've basically been using the brush like this. So I'm basically, all I'm doing is just putting the powder on all the places where I put my concealer, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I feel like everybody does that, so you guys really didn't miss too much, but that's the reason why you guys don't have any clips of me doing that. And then next for my contour, I love using the Maybelline City Bronzer. Again, I did already mention this product earlier when I did put it on my eyes, but of course I also like to use this to contour as well. And then a little does go a long way as far as this product goes, so I usually have to tap off the excess and then apply like so. I am probably gonna have to go in and diffuse it a little bit, just because I can already tell. I like looking at myself in the mirror, I can barely see it, but then looking at myself on camera, it's like super like. So I'm gonna show you guys a little trick that I like to do if I ever do go a little bit heavy-handed on my products, because it does happen sometimes. So I'm basically just gonna show you guys a really super easy and quick way to kind of fix that. As you guys can see, this side doesn't look that bad, but this side is definitely way too dark. It needs to be diffused. So there's that, but I'm basically just gonna finish up and do my jawline, because you know, even though your girl's getting skinty or whatever, I still like to define my jawline to add some warmth back into my face. But as you guys can see now, I'm basically just using that same product to help contour my nose. I feel like, honestly y'all, I feel like when it comes to me, if one thing's thrown out of whack, everything's thrown out of whack, because it's just like now, like my makeup isn't applying right, but I'm gonna push through and still do it, because I didn't sit up here and wait almost a whole hour to finish this video out to not post it, so I'm gonna just keep rolling with the punches and go from there. As annoyed as I am right now, because I'm not even gonna lie, you guys can probably see it all over my face because I'm not good at hiding it in my face, and I still have this freaking gnat that has been flying around my house. So whenever you do end up going too heavy-handed, whether you're doing like when you're doing anything with powder, all you really have to do is grab the same product that you use in order to set your foundation. And you're basically just gonna kind of just get a little bit and just lightly brush it over the places where you kind of went a little overboard at, to kind of help diffuse it and not make it as harsh. As you guys can see, like it's helping it blend into the skin better. And sometimes you have to go a little bit more heavy-handed with the product as far as like helping diffuse the bronzer, but as long as you just keep slowly building it. That should be good. Okay. And then of course I like to go back in with my Fenty Beauty banana powder, and I basically like to just where I put that contour just so it's a little bit sharper. And I will say I'm not a fan of baking whatsoever. I do not bake my face, so literally as soon as I put the powder on, I dust it off right away because I also don't want that awkward white cast underneath my contour as well. So I usually wipe it off right away, but as you guys can see, it definitely helped it look a lot more sharper. So next I'm going to be going into the Wander Beauty Dust Till Dawn palette, and of course I'm going to be using the middle shade Havana Nights. And for me, I know like for like my like no makeup look, I like to use like a more like pinker blush, but whenever I do a full face of makeup, like foundation, concealer, powder, all that stuff, I usually like to tend to go for like the medium to deeper pinks, just because I feel like that complements my skin the best. Okay, and then just to keep things simple, and plus on top of that, I usually do go use this most of the time, because if I'm already using the blush, then of course I'm gonna go ahead and just use the highlighter and just get two things banged out back to back to make my life easier. So I'm basically just gonna go in with the shade City Nights, and I'm basically just gonna use that as my highlighter. And the thing that I really love about this highlighter too is the fact that it's like, it's not like gold. It's more like a, I feel like it's more like a champagne. Like it's more like a champagne type of vibe, and I love it because again, for my skin tone, I feel like it looks absolutely amazing. Like you see how I really didn't have to apply too much. What was it? Contour, blush, concealer. I said contour, blush, concealer. Contour, blush, highlighter. I always love the way that looks once everything's said and done. It looks so pretty. Look at me. Look at me. But yes. Alright guys, so when it comes to my lips, to line my lips first and foremost, I'm going to be using the NYX lip pencil in the shade Espresso. So it's basically just a brown lip liner, and unfortunately I need to figure out where I put my sharpener, because like as you guys can see, this looks absolutely crazy but I'm still trying to line my lips, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Okay, so I was barely able to get that on my lips, so I definitely do have to make a mental note to look for the sharpener, because I'm gonna be very annoyed next time I do a full face of makeup and I want to do my lips and then I can't. And then the next product I'm going to be using is the NYX Filler Instinct. I absolutely love this lip gloss to death. Like y'all, if y'all want an actual lip gloss that is a lip plumper, definitely get this product. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not gonna have you looking like you just did the Kylie Jenner lip challenge, but it's gonna give you like that natural plumpness. Like it looks like it's your lips. Like, it's like a nice enhancement, if that makes sense. And then like I love the fact how you actually feel it tingly. And I will say I recently started doing this because before I used to do lip liner and then whatever like lipstick slash like NYX butter gloss, for example, I would use, and then I would put this on top. But lately what I've been doing, especially because I personally, this is not no shade to nobody that does this, but I'm just saying for me, this is a giant pet peeve for me and my lip gloss. I don't like putting lip gloss directly on my lips after I just got done putting something else on, because then it has like that weird tint to it, and then after a while it just looks like ugh to me. Like, I don't know, like I like for it to look clear. So I actually started putting it on my lips right after my liner and then applying whatever color lip product I'm gonna be using. So for today I'm going to be using the Morphe, I don't even know what you really call this, but I know it came in like a trio, and then that's what it looks like. So it's not a lipstick. Ooh, I got that on my liners. It's not a lipstick per se, but I don't really like a gloss kind of, but like it has color to it. Y'all, it's almost 12 o'clock at night at this point, so my brain is kind of fried, I'm not even gonna lie. And I will say I usually do overline my lips a little bit, so my lips usually do look a little bit more juicier than this, but again, I can't find my pencil sharpeners and this is super dull, so this is basically the best I was able to do. But your girl don't got naturally thin lips, so I still look good. It's just my lips aren't exactly the way they usually are, slash the way I usually do them. But at the end of the day, I'm proud of myself that I pushed through and did this video anyways, because of all the craziness I had to go through getting this done. So without further ado, the last thing I'm gonna be doing is of course setting my face, even though I feel like it's funny because it's just like like I said before, it's close to midnight at this point, and I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Once I get done with everything I need to do, this is getting washed off anyway, so I'm probably not gonna spray a lot, but on a regular wear type of situation, this is my go-to. And obviously I'm gonna spray it now because this is what I actually use, but I love this product so much. Dude, like, you do get a lot of product with this, I will say that, but I love how it sprays like a hairspray rather than like a spritz. Wow. You know, I'm not even gonna get mad. I'm not even gonna get mad. So literally as soon as I went to spray it on my face, it did like a smooth like psh, and then just stopped. So like there's literally like nothing left in this product for the most part. Like, wow, that is so crazy. So yeah, so this is officially gone. I was even about to say like, oh, I need to buy a new one soon and blah blah blah, but no, this is done. If you guys made it to the end of the video, you guys are definitely the MVP for that, because I can already tell this video is gonna be all over the place. But hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully you guys liked the, you know, little mini tips in there I threw in there. Again, this is basically just showing you guys exactly what makeup products that I have been using slash loving lately. And yeah, I mean, even though I had to go through a bunch of a bunch of stuff to get this video done, I'm super happy that I continue to push through to do it, because now I really don't have to worry about filming all of this tomorrow. So I'm going to hurry up and end this, and then I can go ahead and do what else I gotta do. But yeah guys, so this is pretty much the finished look. Thank you guys so much for staying with me on this late night video record session, even though it was a lot of craziness, but we made it through. So God is good all the time, okay? Trying to be positive. But yeah, but I hope you guys have a great day or evening or whatever time you guys happen to be watching this. If you guys have any additional questions down below, please do not hesitate to comment down below, and I will answer you as soon as I can. But yeah, and also do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to your girl down below. And please like this video, because that will definitely help your girl as far as the algorithm goes and all that other stuff. But yeah, I will see you guys in my next one.
can be found in your medicine cabinet. And not only is it highly addictive, it can be deadly. Scissor, hip-hop's potent prescription.
Got a number through the avenue. My hands so dirty from counting this cash. I need to sanitize, I need to clean. I can't fuck the rap game up. They say I better.